Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I am going to do a first impression let's play review of a game called Frostpunk 2. As always with all of my first impression let's play reviews, I am going to be playing the game for an hour or more until I am satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full 1 hour or more of the video today, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a timestamp in the description below and you can simply skip to that timestamp if you only want to hear my quick, concise, final opinion on the game, and if you only want to hear what I basically think of the game at the end of the video. Otherwise, you can just stay tuned and I will be playing through the game and I will be giving you my running commentary and I will be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as I play through the game today. So, Frostpunk 2. This is obviously the successor to Frostpunk 1. I don't think I ever did any review on my channel of the game. I did review the game on Steam, and my review and also my general impressions of the game back when I played the game was positive. It was a positive game. I gave the game a positive review on Steam as well. If I look at my Steam review date, it was 22 May 2018. So that's more than 6 years ago that I reviewed the game, and it was a positive review. Now, there is something that I want to discuss with you guys very quickly. Frostpunk 1 cost €30 when it released. It also cost $30, but €30 is more than $30, so that is why I refer to the euro prices, because €30 is more like, what, $33? So the game actually costs like $33. But anyway, when the game released, the game cost €30. And I would say that my recommendation of the game being €30 was relatively borderline. Like, honestly, if you look at the quality of the game uses a lot of still images, like a lot of still images, and just generally the quality of the game is not like AAA quality. Obviously, I would say that the game barely reaches AA quality. Honestly, it's barely a AA game. So the game uses a lot of still images like this over here, for instance, and just overall the visuals are nice, you know, but it's not AAA quality or anything like that. It just uses a lot of still images, which in my opinion is a lazy and low effort way of doing content in a game. So in a game like Anno, for instance, you could compare the game to Anno, Anno 1800, or Farthest Frontier is another game that's similar. You could even look at something like Tropico 5, Tropico 6. Those games don't use this. Those games use actual like animations and all of that kind of stuff. This is a very low effort way of doing a game. So if you look at the game on the whole, it's barely, in my opinion, a €30 game. I did recommend it for €30, but only just barely. It's really not a fantastic game for €30. There are definitely better games that you can get for €30. Better city builder type games. Now, when we get to Frostpunk 2, and by the way, the overall reviews for Frostpunk 1 is 92%. And yeah, like, I don't rate games, I just give you a positive or a negative. If I were to rate Frostpunk, I wouldn't say it's a 9 out of 10 game, especially not for €30. The price of a game obviously impacts the rating of a game. If Frostpunk 1 were to cost $100, I would not recommend the game. But if it were to cost $20, $25, I would recommend the game. So that gives you the idea that pricing of a game absolutely has an impact on whether or not a game can be recommended. So anyway, Frostpunk 1 was €30 and it is a 92% positive game. Now, when we get to Frostpunk 2, by the way, I didn't say it at the beginning, but the developers did send me a code for the game. So obviously, thanks to the developers for that. Now, when we look at Frostpunk 2, currently it's sitting at 74% positive. So that is a full 20 percentage points less than Frostpunk 1. And this game, Frostpunk 2, costs 50% more than what Frostpunk 1 costs. So the game is €15 more expensive. It's 50% more expensive than Frostpunk 1. And currently it is rated 20 percentage points less than Frostpunk 1. Now, obviously, I don't really care about the rating. I'm just giving it to you guys as your own information. All that really matters to me is my rating. Do I think the game is good? Can I recommend the game, or can I not recommend the game? But that gives you an idea of what we can expect today. The game is 20 percentage points less than Frostpunk 1. It's €15 more than Frostpunk 1. And another thing which I found just really like disappointing almost is that if you look down here, the developers are boasting, which is fine, you know, the developers can boast, that the game, that Frostpunk 2 has been nominated as PC Game of the Year. Nominated. It didn't actually win yet, but it has been nominated as PC Game of the Year. And I had a look at the other nominees for the PC Game of the Year, and there's a couple of games that I've never played, 3 other games that I've never played, and then another one is Satisfactory. So basically this game and Satisfactory are 2 games that I have indeed played, and both of them are nominated for PC Game of the Year. Now, if the type of game that is being nominated is Frostpunk, then I would be really, really interested in seeing how good the game actually is, because clearly the people who have already played the game don't think it's very good. 74% positive is not very positive, and it is certainly not worthy of being nominated as PC Game of the Year. Not even fucking close. Like, if we look at other games that in my opinion are good games, like very good games that have been released in 2024 that would be able to be nominated for PC Game of the Year, then we're looking at games like Core Keeper, for instance. Core Keeper is an absolutely fantastic game. I didn't recommend it. Let's have a look why I didn't recommend it. Okay, well, this was over a year ago, so I will review the game again. I didn't recommend the game for all of these reasons. You guys can read my review if you really want to. But Core Keeper is a very, very good game. you can also see that the community thinks that it's a 91% positive game, which is once again like 17 percentage points higher than Frostpunk 2 currently is. So this is very much more a game which would be deserving of PC Game of the Year, certainly. Another game which can certainly be better than Frostpunk. What we will see if it can be better, but I think it could be better, is Cat Quest 3. Cat Quest 3 is a game that I still have to play, but Cat Quest 2 was absolutely bloody fantastic. And if Cat Quest 3's reviews currently are anything to go by, then you can see that it is 93% positive, which means that it is even higher rated than Core Keeper is. So this is way more a game that I personally would nominate for PC Game of the Year. Another game that is absolutely fantastic, which I actually have played a considerable amount of, is Rum and Gun. You've probably never heard of Rum and Gun. Not a lot of people have played Rum and Gun, but that doesn't detract from the fact that the game is bloody good. It is really, really good. It's a fantastic ARPG. You can see that it is also 93% positive. So this once again is another game which the community thinks is pretty much 20% better than Frostpunk 2 currently, and I also personally would way more, well, we will see if I would way more recommend this game than Frostpunk 2, but I think this game is bloody fantastic. I think this game is worthy of being nominated for Game of the Year. Another game that is absolutely fantastic, which I have played a considerable amount of on my channel as well, is Planet Crafter, which released in 2024, so it would also be a nominee, and it's 96% positive, and this game is also bloody fantastic. Another game which also could be considered for nominee of the year, for PC Game of the Year, is Nova Drift. This game also 95% positive, and my point is just really that there are so many really, really fantastic games that have been released in 2024, and then like I really don't understand how some of the games that have been nominated can be nominated, you know, like if I quickly show you guys over here, on which page are we? Just 1 second. So if you look at this one over here, and we go to the nominees for PC Game of the Year, then you guys will see your PC Game of the Year. Then you guys will see Satisfactory, which Satisfactory is a good game. I'm really not sure if it's better than Planet Crafter. Like I've already shown, Planet Crafter is, in my opinion, a bloody fantastic game. I've played Satisfactory and I've played Planet Crafter, and honestly, Planet Crafter is bloody fantastic. UFO 50 I've never played. Balatro I've never played. Frostpunk 2 is nominated. Animal Well, I've heard a lot of good things about Animal Well, but I've never played it myself. And then Tactical Breach Wizards I've also never played. So really the two games, well, one game that I've already played, which is Satisfactory, which Satisfactory is a good game. I wouldn't really say that it's better than any of the games which I've already said, like Core Keeper. It's not better than Core Keeper. It's not better than Rum and Gun. It's not better than Nova Drift. It's not better than Planet Crafter. So already there's a bunch of games that I can recommend more than Satisfactory. But we will be seeing today if Frostpunk 2 can even stand side by side with Satisfactory, never mind all of these other brilliant games which I've already mentioned. So really this is more of a criticism towards Gamesradar and the Golden Joystick Awards than anything else. I just think that when I think like, what the fuck were the qualities that they looked for in the games that have been nominated. It's also a very, very, very small amount of games that have been nominated. Just 6 different games that have been nominated for their Game of the Year award. I just think that it's really a little bit delusional. I mean, sure, these games, UFO 50, Balatraro, Animal Well, Tactical Breach Wizards, they might be absolutely fantastic, but I doubt that they are better than all of these games that I've already mentioned. Nova Drift is fantastic, Planet Crafter fantastic, Rum and Gun fantastic, Cat Quest 2, I will see if it's fantastic. I will do a review on this game as well, but Cat Quest 2 was absolutely fantastic. And then Core Keeper is also a very, very good game. So really, we will be seeing if this game, if Frostpunk 2 can be the best game of the year. Although, call me cynical, but I have my doubts, especially now that the game costs €45. Like I said, Frostpunk 1, I did recommend it, but I barely recommended it for €30. So now we are gonna look at this game from the viewpoint of it costing €45, and price does have an impact on the game. So like I said, in Frostpunk 1 they did a couple of very lazy, very low effort things with the game, such as using still images in a lot of the game, something that I don't want to see in a €30 game. I definitely do not want to see still images in a €30 game. So if they are going to be showing fucking still images in a €45 game, then that is really quite delusional, because like I said, there is a certain amount of quality which you need to see from a €45 game, and still images deserves no fucking place in a €45 game. So I don't know if the game has still images. We will be seeing today. So with my little rant over, let's quickly have a look at these settings. Now, before we even jump into the game, there is a big issue. You cannot change the resolution on windowed full screen, and you cannot even change the resolution scaling. In a lot of games, they allow you to change the resolution scaling in a game, in lieu of not being able to change the resolution. So a lot of games, well, some games don't allow you to change the resolution when you have windowed full screen selected, but then they do allow you to change the resolution scaling. So then you can run the game at 70% rendering resolution on 4K resolution, which would then equal 2K resolution. So then the game is rendered at 2K resolution, but it is running on 4K resolution. This game does not even allow you to do that. You cannot change the resolution, and you cannot change the resolution scaling, which is fucking idiotic in a €45 game. There are games that cost €10 or $10 that allow you to either change the resolution of the game or that have resolution scaling or render resolution scaling. This game doesn't have any of that. So already for a €45 title, this game doesn't even allow you to change the resolution. That is fucking diabolical. Like, honestly, it is completely unacceptable in a €45 title. Otherwise than that, I don't really see any issues. They didn't have something which a lot of games do have, which is a visualization of the utilization of your GPU and CPU. So, for instance, if you turn up everything to ultra, then a lot of games will show you here at the side your expected VRAM utilization. So it will show you're utilizing 6 gig RAM or 8 gig RAM or 10 gig RAM on your GPU. They don't even do that here. So once again, another quality of life feature which isn't even present in this €45 title. So already I can see that the developers are cutting a lot of corners, and honestly it is not deserving of a €45 price tag in my opinion so far. But anyway, otherwise than that, I don't see any real issues. There is no confine mouse cursor to active window toggle from what I can see. Let's just make 100% certain over here. And yeah, there's also no way to confine your mouse cursor to the active window. So right now, if I go like this, you guys can't see it, but my mouse is going off the side of my screen and it's going onto my second monitor. So that is another quality of life feature which is not present in this €45 title. That is completely unacceptable, to be honest. So your mouse is constantly gonna go onto your second screen if you have a second screen. So yeah, honestly, not impressed in the slightest. 3 pretty bloody important quality of life features which are simply not present in this €45 title. So another issue is the fact that the game right now, as it is here right now, is utilizing 240 watts of power usage. 240 watts of power usage on my RTX 3080. So I don't know what the holy fuck it is rendering right now. It's rendering fucking something, because it's pulling 240 watts of power currently. That's not good. No game should be pulling 240 watts in the fucking main menu, especially not a game that is showing you a still image. So, like I said, I don't know what the fuck is being rendered. Something is being rendered. It's certainly not the fucking still image in the background. So yeah, the game shouldn't be pulling 240 watts in the main menu with a shitty main menu like this. It's not even a active main menu like some games will show your character in the background or will show various scenes in the background. And for that I can understand, because the game is actually rendering something. This game isn't rendering shit. It's rendering these little snowflakes and a little bit of fog over here. This could completely have been an MP4 file. They should have just made this an MP4 file that is looped in the background instead of pulling 240 watts in the fucking main menu. So with that being said, let's jump into the game. Frostpunk 2 is a challenging game in which planning ahead is crucial and failure is a natural part of the experience. If you're a veteran of the original Frostpunk or enjoy a challenge, you may try your luck with the officer or a higher difficulty. Otherwise, we suggest you start at citizen, take it one step at a time. It's not about how many times we fall, it's about how many times we get up. Yeah, well, I don't like losing in games, so I'm just going to be playing the game on the normal difficulty. So what do we just click here? Prologue, and then the normal difficulty, that is the default difficulty. They said that officer and higher is the higher difficulties, so we will just be playing on the normal difficulty. If you look over here, they don't actually tell you anything that is changing. Not there, not there, not there, and not there. So they don't tell you anything that is changing. What they should be telling you over here for economy is what exactly is being affected. Whatever they say here, food and resource available in the city. They just say food and then resources. So what they should be saying here is food is consumed 30% more or whatever, and then on steward it would be food is consumed 60% more, whatever, and then on captain food is consumed 100% more, you know, that kind of shit. The same over here with weather. They say cold seasons are mild and don't last very long. So on officer they would say weather or cold seasons last 30% longer, and then on steward cold seasons last 60% longer, and then on captain cold seasons last 100% longer. That kind of shit. They are literally not telling you what is changing or by how much. So that is something that I really hate in games. If you are gonna give the player the option of higher difficulties, you need to tell the fucking player what is changing. Why is the game more difficult? How much more food consumption is there? How much more morale loss will occur? Like 50% more, 100% more? Fucking tell the player what is actually changing with the difficulty options. And here you aren't being told at all, so that is a pretty big issue. And then they also have a survivor mode. There is no active pause and your progress will only be saved on exit. So that's essentially like Iron mode, basically Iron Man mode. So you have one save, you cannot save unless you exit, and obviously anything that happens, if your city goes backwards, you will just have to deal with that shit. You cannot reload a save at all on survivor mode, also known as Iron Man mode. So we are obviously not gonna play with that. So yeah, honestly disappointed in the story, the difficulty options. It's completely useless, not telling the player what is actually changing. So let's jump into the game. So far, a really terrible start for this game.
Steward. Captain.
Can you hear us?
Captain!
Captain!
Do you hear us?
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire as the world froze around us. I held new life London together. United, we survived 30 years of whiteouts. But the world around us is dead. Empty.
Ripe for taking. The city grows.
Festers.
Merely surviving is not enough. We have to expand. After all, it's us who survived the end of the world. It's us who survived.
Yes. Now what?
I seriously don't see why that cinematic couldn't just have been an MP4 file. Like, as soon as that cinematic started, my GPU ramped to 100% utilization and 320 watts of power draw. That is the maximum that a RTX 3080 can deliver. So that cinematic literally maxed out my GPU. Why couldn't that cinematic just be an MP4 file? Like, you can render the MP4 file at the highest fucking quality on a RTX 4090 Ti if you want to, and then it will look better than what most PCs can deliver. And then you just render the MP4 file in 4K resolution, or even 8K resolution if you really want to, and then it will, like I say, look better than that shit, and it won't destroy people's PCs, because ramping to 100% GPU utilization and 320 watts of power draw is fucking idiotic in a cinematic that isn't necessary to be a live cinematic, you know? Like, if you think about cinematics in Assassin's Creed or Cyberpunk or anything like that, those are rendered in-game, you know? Those are rendered with the in-game engine, because your character will be unique. Every character will be unique, you know, so it's rendered with the in-game engine. Here, for this intro cinematic, 100% of people will have the exact same experience, because there's no different characters or anything like that. So there is zero necessity for the game to be in-game rendered, for the cinematic to be in-game rendered. So that's just fucking idiotic. Why do they not make that intro cinematic just be an MP4 file that is pre-rendered? It's so fucking idiotic seeing the GPU ramp to 100% usage for no fucking reason. So, already, like, if I have to comment on that intro cinematic, it's poor. It uses still animation. So still animation is like this almost. It's essentially a still image with a little bit of animation. A lot of that intro cinematic used still animation. Not everything, some of it you could see was real animation. But yeah, this type of still animation, like I said with Frostpunk 1, Frostpunk 1 had a shitload of still images, and it seems now in this game as well, a 45 fucking euro title, they are continuing with the trend of using still images. And now they're charging 50% more than what they charged in the previous game, which is just really not what I want to be paying 45 fucking euro for. So anyway, let's continue with the game. Also, no dialogue. In a 45 euro game, you're not gonna give the player dialogue. That's hilarious. Once again, another low quality, low effort feature in a game that costs 45 euro. The Wanderers. We've been roaming the frozen deserts for years. Many of us do not remember a world before the Great Frost. Now, another whiteout is coming, and again, we've reached the old machine. Again, we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past, we've already made sure there were enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. We must survive. Once again, no dialogue. Fight the cold. Welcome to the prologue. Here you will learn the basics of construction and controls you needed for what awaits you in a larger city. The old dreadnought remains in pieces under layers of snow, but the scattered wagons still have resources inside them. First, we must break the ice to reach one of the old oil wagons and construct the extraction district to use it. Then we need to turn on the dreadnought's furnace to heat us. We will restart the furnace. The camera is very floaty. Like I literally tap WAS or D. Then it like moves a large amount. Like, look at that. I'm literally just tapping the key, and it moves a large amount. So I'm not a fan of that. I would prefer a much more responsive camera than a floaty camera like this. I want responsiveness. I don't want fucking floatiness like this. Scraps. Scraps are stockpilable resources that can be spent on frost breaking, funding construction, or when using specific actions. Scraps are collected weekly. Everybody provides their share. The bigger the community, the more they contribute. So scraps is basically money. You can take scraps action on Wanderers, which will increase the number of scraps in your stockpile, but also worsen your relations with the Wanderers, which as a result will lower trust in you as a leader. You can also use the return scraps action, which does the opposite. Okay. So I guess we have to click over here. We just have to assume that we have to click over here. The game isn't actually telling us anything. What you would expect here right now is a tutorial, because we are in the prologue, so we should be guided through a prologue, and there's nothing like that. I don't see a prologue. I don't see a tutorial anywhere. There's 2 quests over here, and that's it. That's really all that I can see currently. Okay, another tooltip pop-up. Okay, and it's gone. Okay. What's this? There's different... Okay, so it's like a hex-based type thing almost. We can't do anything over there. We can only do something over here. Okay. So what, do we click on this thing or what? Generator. Deactivated, no. Fuel output, no. Effects, fuel mix, generator off. So what, do we turn the generator on, or how do we do that? District. Okay. What does this say? Frost break to an oil wagon and construct an extraction district. Turn on the furnace in the dreadnought wreck to provide heat. Okay, how do I do any of that? Literally, how do I do any of that? Oil wagon. Okay, so here's a oil wagon. So it says frost break to an oil wagon. Press T to see tutorial. Various resources are scattered throughout the nearby area, and tiles containing these resources are called deposits. To exploit these deposits, you can construct the appropriate district on a resource deposit tile. Different resources require different types of districts. An oil wagon is used by an extraction district, while fertile soil is used by a food district. Remember, in most cases, you need to frost break the tile with the resource deposit before constructing anything on it. The more resource deposit tiles within a district's range, the larger the deposit can be exploited. When a district produces something from the deposit, such as resources from extraction of food districts, an equivalent amount is subtracted from the deposit. So deposits are finite, they are not infinite. This means deposits covering more resource deposits will last longer. However, the higher the district's output, the faster the deposit will be depleted. Keep in mind that having more resource deposits in a district won't increase its output. It only increases the total amount of resources available. That's fine. The district output depends on the several factors. For example, if the district doesn't have a full 100% workforce, its output will be lower. On the other hand, activating the emergency shift will boost output. Okay. So we have to frost break, they say, apparently. This. Bold, notable. Extremely increased by heat scarcity and shelter scarcity. Disease, minor. Hunger, minor. Squalor, absent. Okay. I still don't know what I know I'm supposed to frost break, but I don't know how to do it. See tutorial. Okay. Oh, over here to the fucking side. Like, why do you as the player have to search around and look where is the tutorial that you're supposed to go to? Like, why isn't it being presented to you? The game doesn't have a tutorial so far. Literally, the game doesn't have a tutorial. It has these shitty wiki entries that you have to read for fucking 20 minutes in order to understand the game. Why doesn't the game have a tutorial? In a €45 title, the game doesn't have a tutorial. Fucking hell. Frost breaking. Initially, you can only build districts in a limited area. The wider terrain is covered in frozen stiff ground, which is impossible to construct upon. To widen the buildable area, you'll need to use frost breakers. You can send out frost breaking teams by clicking on the frost breaking button located in the bottom right of the screen. Then find your way towards the edges of the buildable area and click on yellow tiles until the indicator circle is full. What indicator circle? I'm not... What? That indicator circle. It would be brilliant if they actually showed you where the indicator circle is. After that, clicking on the tick to confirm and start the construction. Use right mouse button to cancel. To build districts on a resource deposits frozen by stiff ground, you'll need to first frost bake those tiles. Frost breaking cost is fixed, and unless there are no more tiles to click, the amount of tiles needed to begin frost breaking is always the same. Okay. So we click over here at the bottom right, and then we have to start from here. Yeah, I'm clicking here. We can't start over here. We have to start over here. Once again, this is something that is not being explained to us. We need to figure this shit out on your own. You need to figure out on your own that the only location where you can start frost breaking is over here in this white area. I literally read that tutorial and I did not get any of that from the tutorial. So this is something that isn't even covered by the tutorial. So we need oil wagons. There's 1, 2 oil wagons over here. There's 1 oil wagon over there. And that's pretty much it. So we can go down there if we want to, but it's probably easier to just go over here on this one. So okay, I guess we need to dig over there maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know really what I'm doing, to be honest. And there's no information being provided to us what we are actually uncovering, unless all of these spaces over here are completely useless. They should be telling us some information about the places that we're actually uncovering, but I'm not seeing any information whatsoever. Okay, so let's do that, I guess, and then click the tick mark, whatever. Let's zoom in. Okay, that's the maximum amount that you can zoom in. I would have wanted to zoom in a lot more, but anyway, that's the max amount they allow you to do. And then you wait, I guess. You can't click on these. I'm trying to click on them, but you can't click on them. You just literally have to sit here and wait. This game is absolutely fantastic so far. Okay, and then what then? Frost break to an oil wagon and construct an extraction district. Okay, so clicking on it doesn't do anything. Let's see over here. Extraction district. Select 3 tiles to construct district. Which 3 tiles? Like, can we select over here? No, we can't select over here. So we have to select over here. So like, what's the difference here? Like, does this make any difference which ones you actually select? Or what the fuck? Do I just randomly select 3 fucking tiles? There you go. Are you happy? I just randomly selected 3 tiles. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Like, is there any difference selecting these 3 tiles than selecting these 3 tiles? Like, is there any fucking difference? The game doesn't even tell you fucking anything. To register the sick, what do I have to do about that? Also, can't we... Oh, wait, over there at the top left. There we go. Okay, so I had to see that for myself. Once again, the game doesn't have a tutorial, so they don't even tell you about the fact that you can increase the speed of the game. So there we go, times 3 speed. Okay, so now we have that one completed. Turn on the furnace in the dreadnought rack to provide heat. Okay, so do we click over here? And then generator. This is the dreadnought rack. How do you... Generator, boom, there we go. I had to figure that out for myself once again. No fucking tutorial. Furnace is on. We have enough oil to cover current needs, but the cold will still affect our people until they have proper shelter. Housing will best protect us from the cold if built in close proximity to other housing or the furnace itself. However, we'll need prefabricated parts for the construction. We brought some with us, the rest we need to extract from the wagon wreckages. Okay, so we need to build 2 housing districts. We go over to... The mouse is also very small. It's easy to lose your mouse. Like, if you go over anything that isn't white, like right now, like if you just look at the screen instead of following my mouse, you will wonder, where the fuck is the mouse? You know, like, it's easy to follow the mouse if it's moving, but like, they really should have made the mouse much more apparent than what it currently is. It's easy to lose your mouse. Okay, so construction, housing district, and then what's this? Okay, so we get plus 20 heat over there. Over here we don't get anything. Over there we can't build. Over there we can't... Well, we don't get anything over there. Can't build over there. So we're pretty much gonna build over here, I guess. Can't build there, can't build there, can't build there. We can build here. We can... I don't know, should we build the full 6 or what? Like, the game isn't even telling us if we should build the full 6 or not. I don't know. Let's do that. I don't know. Boom. Then we increase speed once again. Event. Okay, we have to click over here. The game doesn't tell us to click over here. There's no tutorial. You have to figure that shit out for yourself. Oil. As the thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The carcass of this old machine is a testament to hardships that made us. But more importantly, it's our heaven in the storm. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and it will do so again. We have oil. We can turn on the furnace. Select the dreadnought to access furnace control. Once turned on, the dreadnought's furnace will automatically convert oil into heat. I already did that. Like, I'm one ahead of you fucking guys. I already did that. Okay, build 2 housing districts. Didn't I already build 6 housing districts? I mean, this is 6. Housing district. Total output 15. Total demand 20. Okay. Do I seriously have to build another 6? 30 froze to death. How the hell do they freeze to death if they're literally right next to the generator? Okay, so let's build another housing district, I guess. There's no more spaces next to... Well, if we frost break over there, perhaps... 1, 2, 3... it's also really stupid that you can't frost break anywhere you want. So you can frost break here, but only close to here. So like if you go back, you can frost break here, but now you can't frost break there. If you frost break here, you can't frost break anywhere else. So it's really fucking stupid that you have to frost break in a confined small little area of the area that you already selected. That's really stupid. I don't see why, logically speaking, it would be that way. It doesn't make any sense. Why do you have to send all of your frost breakers over here? Why can't you have one frost breaker over here, one over here, one over here, one over here? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, let's do those. There you guys go. And then we can build the other district just over here so that we can get the heat from this side. Okay, then we go to the district, housing district. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. 5, 6. Complete. Okay, and then frost break to a construction wagon and build an extraction district to provide prefabs. Okay, so construction wagon. So this is a construction wagon over here. The game doesn't tell you where you have to frost break. Once again, the game has no tutorial. So you have to figure out for yourself. You literally have been playing the game for 10 minutes. You have to figure out for yourself that you have to go over here, frost break, and then frost break to this place over here. The game doesn't tell you that. You just have to figure that shit out for yourself. Can we frost break at multiple places at once? Oh, apparently we can. Okay, let's frost break over here as well. Why not? Can you frost break at more places? Okay, apparently we can frost break at more places. Why wouldn't you just frost break the entire fucking map then? What's stopping me from frost breaking the entire map? Fucking go crazy with frost breaking. Frost break the shit out of this place. Like, why wouldn't you just frost break the entire fucking universe? Okay, that should be good. Speed up time a little bit. Okay, so we've got this place now. We need a extraction district. Once again, it looks like you can just fucking place it anywhere you really want to. I don't know if it makes any fucking difference. And then we wait. Oil wagon. We can put another oil wagon there. Extraction district. Okay, speed up time again. Gain access to food. We have established some heat and shelter for our people. We must now turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. First, we must frost break to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible deposits. We must move quickly so no one starves. Well, 30 people already starved, so you're a little bit too late with your pop-up. So, food, we need food. So, there's no food on this area. It's just 2 oil and then 1 construction. So all of the food seems to be over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in this area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this area. Even though that one goes around quite a lot, we can dig over there, like from here over there if you want to, or we can dig from here over here. I think it's better if we start from this side. Over there, there's 2 construction wagons over there. Once again, I have no idea how you are supposed to select these. I'm just selecting randomly. Frost break. Okay, speed up time. Then I lost my fucking mouse again. District, food district. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can't connect these. Okay, just like that. Another food district, why not? Saving, the game lags while saving. 1. Food district 1, 2, 3. We can frost break even more. Let's go for that one over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can frost break over here to the left. And there you go. Fast forward time. Okay, where's the fast forward? Oh, there's an event. Okay. Disease weakens our workforce. Absentees. The harsh conditions in the camp take their toll on our people. Disease spreads. More and more of our workers are not able to work. If this continues, our workforce will be decimated, endangering our ability to sustain this camp. Ensure there's enough heat, shelter, and food for your people. Well, I'm fucking already busy with that. Also, fantastic quality in a 45 euro game once again. Like, I fucking told you guys at the beginning, one of my disappointments with Frostpunk 1 already, which is the 30 euro title, is that it had constant still images. And in a 30 euro or a $30 title, still images is not fucking something that I want to see. I want to see animations. For 30 euro, I expect the game to have animations. Now, this is a 45 euro game, and we still have fucking still images. It is such low effort dog shit in a 45 euro game. Seriously. I did not expect a 45 euro game to have still images instead of actual animation and actual effort from the developers. Okay, let's fast forward until these food places are done. Okay, prepare for the whiteout. We secure our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demand. Okay, where's our current demand? How do you... What? Is it over here? Okay, I had to assume it's this over here. So... Food surplus. How do you read this shit? Surplus 38. per day. Output 90, demand 52. So our surplus currently is 38, so that's good, I'm assuming. We can increase that even more, I guess, by making more food districts. So there's a food district here, there's a food district there. We can frost break over to this place. We've already oh no, we can't frost break over there. Let's go over here then. Done. Extraction over here. 1, 2, 3. Done. Can do another frost break. That place is already frost broken. That's frost broken. We can go over there to the bottom, or we can go to the left, or we can go to this food source over here if we really want to, or we can go to this one over here, but let's go to this one over here, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Done. Speed up the time. That one is done. Extraction 1, 2, 3. Speed up the time. Extraction food district needs 20 more prefabs. Okay. Where do we get prefabs exactly? Material surplus, food surplus, shelter, prefabs, workforce, population, prefabs, 20 per week, extraction district. So we get them from the extraction districts. Against the elements. Each day the wind grows fiercer. Relentlessly it beats against our buildings, weakening our structures gust by gust. Without raw materials, we repair to repair the damage. Our districts will deteriorate. The more we build, the more materials we will need. This is the world we know. What do I have to do? Provide more materials to reduce squalor before it harms our people. We will use them to shore up our districts. We must move quickly or more districts will be disabled. Relationship marginally improve. So what am I actually doing? What's actually happening? So they're asking for materials, provide more materials, but you're not telling me how much materials. How can you not tell me what I'm actually giving? You're just saying, give us materials. Do you want 1 material, 2 material, or 99 trillion materials? Like, why aren't you fucking telling me? Fucking hell, how are you supposed to make a educated decision in a game if they just tell you, give us gold, give us money, give us materials? Like, are they gonna take all of your fucking materials or 1% of your materials? How the fuck can they not tell you what they're actually taking? Like, seriously. The fact that they don't even tell you what's happening is insane. How are you supposed to make any fucking decisions if you don't know what decision you're making in a game like this? So we've claimed pretty much fucking everything almost. Do we want more food or do we want more? How is our surplus still only 38? We've already built more food places, haven't we? Let's go over to that one over there, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Speed up time. Okay, that's another food district that's online. Now our surplus is 83 per day. That's good. We done. District extraction 1, 2, 3. Boom. Another event. Blah blah blah. We've been here so many times. The soil is depleting. A couple more, and there will be no point erecting the hot houses. There will be nothing to grow food on, and the yield is so low. What the fuck do you expect on ice? Either we pull emergency shifts or tighten our belts. Otherwise, there might not be enough for everyone. We might not be able to fill food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the wanderers to tighten belts or install emergency shifts in food districts. I don't want to do either of those. I'm not going to do either of those. Blah blah blah. Our food should be fine. I mean, I've claimed all of the food places. Like, oh no, wait, there's another food place over there. Oh, and there's another one over there. Okay, I stand corrected. Let's frost break. Frost break. Oh, it actually costs money. Holy shit. Okay, well, let's wait then. I didn't even know that it costs money. The game doesn't tell you that it costs money. So we just wait until we have more, I guess. Blah blah blah. Our stores are almost full of food, but we still need more for the whiteout. We need secure deposits that can house our rations during the months of whiteouts. Build food stockpile hubs to increase the capacity. Okay. What? Construct hubs. Food stockpile hub. Where am I supposed to do that? Stockpile capacity for food is increased. Workforce demand in neighboring districts is decreased. Workforce demand. So how do I see the workforce demand? Okay, minus 10%. Here's nothing. Here's nothing. Minus 10%. Here's nothing. Minus 10%. Nothing, 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 nothing. So apparently it just affects the food stockpiles. It doesn't affect any other places. So that's fine. Let's place one there. 10% is not a lot, to be honest. It's a small amount of benefit. But anyway, we place one there. And then we place one here. No, I don't have enough workforce. Okay. Let's speed up again. We can build another one. Speed up again. The whiteout is here, preparations are over. So how do we look on food? Demand communities will last 77 weeks, it says. How long is the whiteout? Chaos and starvation. When the whiteout hit the camp, the wanderers were forced to take shelter during the within the broken dreadnought, they huddled together while howling winds buffeted the rusted hull. As the storm continued, it became clear that there were not enough food. Some sacrificed themselves to give their share to their families. Others tried to control the stockpile through violence. This conflict escalated and fires broke out within the dreadnought, spoiling the precious supply. The few remaining survivors who emerged from the dreadnought soon splintered and disappeared into the frostland. The wanderers did not survive, perhaps in another life. Okay. Did we fail? I did everything that the tutorial said. Well, the game has no tutorial. I did everything that the little pop-up shits said. Hey, you can actually rotate the game. That's another thing that the game hasn't told me. I mean, the game hasn't told me fucking shit. So, holy shit, did we go back all the way over here? Back to the place where we took these, and then we literally just took this one. So, we failed. So, what the fuck? I mean, I took this food place, I took 2 food places. I took this place, this place, this place, this place. Actually, 3 food places. This is also a food place. So we had 3 food places from very early on. These 2 places, this place, these 3 places, and we still lost. Like, what the holy fuck? This is what happens when the game doesn't have a tutorial. Like, there's no tutorial to follow. The game doesn't have a tutorial. So the player just has to do what they think is right. Like, there's no guidance. They have these little quests over here that you can do, but there's no force. Like, you're not being forced to do them. You can just basically do anything you want. And like I say, since there's no tutorial, you don't really know what to do. So the fact that I fucking lost is hilarious. Like, I don't know how far I lost. I don't know, like, did I lose by a lot? Did I lose by a little bit? I have no fucking idea. So honestly, I don't even need to play more of the game. The game has no tutorial. The game has no voice dialogue. The game has no voice acting. The game uses still images, just like the first game did. Like, nothing is explained to you. There's these little wiki entries. How do I even get to the wiki entries? Where's the... Oh, T. You have to press T. And then there's these little wiki entries that you can read, a shitload of reading. They aren't very expansive. There's a lot of stuff that they don't tell you. Like, for instance, the one with the frost breaking. There was one thing with the frost breaking that they didn't tell me. They don't even tell you that you can rotate your fucking camera in the game, which is really hilarious. In my opinion, you can't zoom in nearly... Oh shit, there we go. Okay. Why can you zoom in on those, but you can't zoom in on your frost breakers? I didn't even want to zoom in on that one. I had this one selected. So you can zoom in like this. That's another thing that the game doesn't even tell you. The graphics are mediocre, I have to be honest. There's also a lot of blurring. Like, this entire thing over here is blurred. There's a lot of blurring. You can't even turn blurring off in the options menu because I didn't see blurring anywhere. So, I mean, look at this. The graphics are really mediocre, I would say. like a game like Tropico or Anno. Certainly a game like Anno has better graphics than this game. Tropico has better graphics than this game. Like, this is just really poor. There's not even people walking around or people doing stuff. Like, it just seems really low effort. And look at this bad blurring over here. This entire thing is like blurred. Like, there's clipping happening. This bucket is going literally into the ground. Like, look at that. Look at that shit over there. It's literally going through the structure. It's just a really low effort, low quality, in my opinion. And then they ask 45 euro for this game. Like, I'm not seeing how they can possibly ask this much. 45 euro for this fucking game. No voice acting, no animations. It uses dull images. There's no tutorial in the game. Like, honestly, this is a $15 game. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm not even being facetious. This is a $15 game. Like, Banished. I think Banished is like $15 or something like that. Banished has higher fucking quality than this game does. And then they have the audacity to ask 45 euro for this game. And then it's not even a commentary on the developers, to be honest. It's more a commentary on Gamesradar and their hilarious golden joystick awards. How the fuck can you nominate this game as game of the fucking year? What are they smoking over at Gamesradar that they can nominate this game as game of the year? Seriously, this is the type of situation where you can't help but think that the studio or someone have paid for the nomination for game of the year. Like, seriously, this game is far inferior to all of the other games which I've already mentioned at the beginning of the video. It is far inferior to Nova Drift, Planet Crafter, Ram and Gun, Core Keeper, certainly. I just do not see how this game is anywhere close to as good as any of those games that released in 2024. So how the fucking hell can this game even be considered a game of the year? I do not understand. But like I said, that's really a criticism of the people over at Gamesradar. It's not a criticism on the studio. Like, really, this game is bad. In fact, I would say that it is probably worse than the first game. The first game, at least, I could have recommended, and I did recommend it. It was a borderline recommendation, but I did recommend that game 6 years ago. And honestly, I don't see how they've made any improvements from the first game to the second game. The only improvement which I did is to the fucking price, and by that I mean they improved the price by 50%, because now the game costs 45 euro instead of 30 euro, which is just delusional. Honestly, it is delusional. There's no two words about it. Like I already speculated at the beginning, the fact that this game is, I think, 73% positive and Frostpunk 1 is 93% positive is a really big indication that this game is probably not going to be better than the first game, and in my opinion now, after playing it for an hour, that is very much the case. This game is not better than the first game. In fact, it is far worse in many aspects. Like I already said, it's a 45 euro game where you cannot even select the resolution of the game. What's the other thing? Oh, the fact that your mouse goes off the screen. It goes, there's no confine mouse cursor to active window option in the game at all. There is no not motion blur, depth of field toggle. So if you zoom in like this, you can clearly see there's a lot of blurring happening. You can clearly see that, and yet you cannot turn off the depth of field at all. This is also very low quality over here. This thing is literally going through this edge over here, through this entire building here. It's just really low quality. So yeah, honestly, the developers are delusional, or at least the publisher is delusional for charging 45 euro for this game. No voice acting, still images being used. You can't change the resolution at all in the game. There's no tutorial in the game. This game I wouldn't pay $15 for. Never mind $48, which they are actually asking. So yeah, honestly, if you're looking for a game like this, then just get Frostpunk 1. At least Frostpunk 1 is a game that I can marginally recommend for $30, even though you would be able to get it these days for $5 if you actually shop around, or if you wait for a sale. You can easily get Frostpunk 1 for $5. This game, I would recommend this game for $5, perhaps, you know, $5, sure, but not 48 fucking dollars or 45 euro. That is simply delusional. If you're going to spend 45 euro on a game like this, get something like Anno 1800 maybe, even though I don't recommend supporting Ubisoft. Just sail the high seas when it comes to Ubisoft. Tropico is a good game. I would recommend that you get Tropico. It's a good game. But yeah, guys, honestly, I cannot recommend this game in the fucking slightest. It is quite honestly the same than Frostpunk 1, where it doesn't have animations. Frostpunk 1 actually did have voice acting. This game doesn't even have voice acting, so they're charging 50% more, and yet they removed voice acting from the game, and they removed the ability to select your resolution from the game as well, which is just hilarious. So yeah, honestly, I can recommend other games like Anno or Tropico. I can't recommend this game in the fucking slightest. If you want this game, just get Frostpunk 1. It's really as simple as that. So yeah, honestly, a disappointment, but I was not expecting a lot from this game. I honestly was a little bit shocked when I saw on the Steam page that they were asking 45 euro from this game, and yet from the gameplay that I saw and from the screenshots that I saw, this game looked nothing better. Nothing looked as if it was improved from the first game. And now, as we see, I was completely correct in my assumption. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. It's a disappointment, but fortunately this game didn't waste more than an hour and a half of my, or hopefully your, lives. As always, if you guys want to allow me to do more reviews, hopefully my reviews are useful and beneficial to you guys. If you want to allow me to do more reviews in the future, you can go ahead and support me on patreon.com/LFP. It allows me to purchase more games and to do more reviews for you guys. Hopefully I can give you guys some good consumer advice once in a while, and hopefully save you guys 45 fucking euro. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.